My dear elegant ladies, let me ask you something quietly personal. Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, put together a lovely outfit, and still felt like something wasn't quite right? Not because you didn't try, not because the clothes weren't beautiful, but because, despite your best effort, the proportions just didn't flatter you the way they should. If that sounds familiar, especially if you're petite and over 60, you're not alone. As we gracefully age, our bodies evolve. We lose a little height, our curves shift, and yet we gain something far more powerful: clarity about who we are and how we want to show up in the world. That's where style becomes more than just fashion, it becomes a quiet statement of confidence. This video is a celebration of that. Today, I'm walking you through 7 powerful wardrobe pieces that do more than just make petite women look taller. They help you feel more balanced, more elevated, and beautifully put together without compromising comfort or authenticity. This isn't about trends or rules, it's about clever visual strategies that work with your proportions instead of against them. Because the truth is, being petite isn't a flaw, it's a silhouette to be embraced and styled with intention. Throughout this video, I'll show you how a simple high-waisted pant can magically elongate your legs without needing heels, why certain midi dresses can create the illusion of height while softening your curves, the monochromatic trick that all elegant women secretly use to lengthen their frame, and how just wearing the right shoe or coat length can transform your entire look. And here's my favorite part. None of these tips require you to buy a whole new wardrobe. Many of them might already be hanging in your closet, just waiting to be worn the right way. So, whether you're 5'2" or just want to visually stretch your silhouette a bit more, this video is for you. And trust me, you don't want to skip number 6. It's one of the simplest yet most overlooked style tricks petite women rarely think of, and it makes all the difference. Are you ready to rediscover your style with more grace, confidence, and elegance? Let's begin with the first essential piece every petite woman over 60 should own. If there's one item I believe every petite woman over 60 should own and wear with confidence, it's a pair of high-waisted straight-leg pants. Why? Because this silhouette is not just stylish, it's strategic. It works quietly but powerfully to elongate your frame, streamline your silhouette, and bring structure to your entire outfit without needing to rely on high heels or overly tight pieces. Let's break it down. Why high-waisted? The high waist draws the eye upward, visually raising the starting point of your legs. For petite women, this is a game changer. It creates the illusion of longer legs, adds definition at the midsection, and instantly makes you look taller and more refined. Unlike low-rise or mid-rise pants, which can cut your body in unflattering ways, a high waist anchors your outfit, giving it balance and poise. Especially as we age and our natural waistline shifts slightly, this cut helps bring the focus back to your most flattering point. Why straight leg? While wide leg pants can sometimes overwhelm a petite frame and skinny jeans may feel outdated or too tight, the straight leg cut is the perfect middle ground. It follows the natural line of your body without clinging or adding unnecessary volume. It also allows for easy movement, flattering the hips and thighs without exaggerating them. Ideal for creating that clean, uninterrupted visual line from waist to hem. Length matters. Here's where many petite women go wrong. The hem. Too long, and your pants bunch up around the ankles, instantly shortening your silhouette. Too short, and you break that vertical line you've worked so hard to create. The ideal length. Just above the ankle for a modern cropped feel. Or just touching the top of your shoe without creating folds. Perfect for a tailored, timeless look. Whatever you do, don't skip hemming your pants if they're too long. A $10 alteration can make you look 10 pounds lighter and 2 inches taller. Fabric and color tips. Want a more structured, elegant appearance? Choose tailored wool, crepe, or twill. These fabrics drape beautifully and give polish to your outfit. For casual wear, linen and soft cotton are breathable and effortless, while corduroy or stretch blends are perfect for colder days without sacrificing sophistication. And let's talk color. You can't go wrong with neutrals like black, navy, beige, or white. They're timeless, versatile, and instantly slimming. But if you're feeling adventurous, earthy tones like olive, camel, or burgundy add subtle personality while still keeping things elegant and mature. Style. Tip. Pair your high-waisted straight-leg pants with a tucked-in blouse or a short-fitted sweater to emphasize the waistline. Finish with a pointed-toe shoe, and you've created the ultimate leg-lengthening effect, effortlessly chic and endlessly flattering. If elegance had a uniform for petite women over 60, the cinched midi dress would be it. There's something quietly powerful about a dress that skims the body, defines the waist, and falls to that perfect mid-length. It flatters without trying too hard. Many women believe dresses are tricky past a certain age. But when you find the right shape, a dress becomes your greatest styling ally. The cinched midi, in particular, is a masterclass in proportion. It brings attention to your natural waist, balances your figure, and creates a vertical, uninterrupted line from shoulder to hem, visually stretching your silhouette. The key here is waist definition. You don't need something tight or restrictive. In fact, the most flattering dresses are the ones that gently gather at the waist without clinging. Whether it's with a self-tie belt, a wrap closure, or subtle tailoring, the goal is to create shape and softness at the same time. There are a few timeless versions of the cinched midi that work especially well for petite women. The wrap dress is a classic for a reason. It offers an adjustable fit, accentuates the waist, and its diagonal lines help elongate the body. Plus, the V neckline it creates draws the eye upward, enhancing the face and neck. The straight-cut dress with a matching belt gives you a clean, sophisticated silhouette. Because the belt is in the same tone as the fabric, it doesn't break up the body. Instead, it subtly highlights the waist while maintaining visual flow. The A-line midi with waist definition is another gentle option. It slightly flares from the waist, softening the hips and adding a bit of movement. Perfect for women who want both elegance and ease. Fabric matters more than you might think. For everyday wear, jersey is a wonderful option, soft, comfortable, and drapes without clinging. If you want a more polished effect, look for crepe, viscose, or lightweight cotton blends that hold their shape but still move with you. Avoid anything too stiff or too thin, as they either overwhelm or fail to flatter. And let's talk about length. A true midi should hit just below the knee or mid-calf. Both options work well for petites, as long as the hem doesn't cut across the widest part of your calf. That's when the silhouette starts to shrink you instead of elongate. When it comes to color and pattern, neutrals like navy, beige, and black are safe, slimming, and versatile. But don't be afraid of color. Deep red, emerald green, or cobalt blue can all add vibrancy without overpowering. And if you love prints, think small scale. Vertical stripes, subtle florals, or soft geometrics keep things elegant and in proportion. Style your midi dress with pointed toe shoes or minimal strappy sandals, and you've got a timeless outfit that moves with you. Graceful, modern, and truly flattering. If you've ever wondered how some women seem to appear taller and effortlessly elegant, especially in photos, it often comes down to one simple strategy: dressing in one color. Monochromatic looks are one of the most effective ways for petite women over 60 to elongate their frame. By wearing an outfit in a single color or within the same tonal family, you create a seamless vertical line that tricks the eye into seeing a longer, leaner silhouette. There are no harsh color breaks to interrupt the flow. Instead, your look feels clean, polished, and harmonious. But don't worry, monochromatic doesn't mean boring. It's not about dressing head to toe in the exact same shade. The magic is in working with subtle variations of the same tone and layering different textures to create depth. For example, imagine pairing a soft oatmeal sweater with beige tailored pants and a light camel coat. Each piece lives in the same color family, but the mix of knits, crepe, and wool adds richness and interest. When choosing your palette, start with neutrals. Navy, charcoal, ivory, and taupe are timeless and forgiving. They're also incredibly versatile, making it easy to mix and match without looking overdone. If you love warm tones, try a head-to-toe caramel, rust, or olive look for an earth-toned statement that still feels refined. For women who enjoy color, jewel tones like burgundy, emerald, or deep sapphire can be stunning when worn tonally. Just keep the accessories in a similar color mood to maintain that uninterrupted effect. Monochromatic dressing also allows for flexibility in silhouette. Whether you're wearing a dress, pants, and a blouse, or a skirt with a sweater, the color continuity keeps everything balanced. Even layering becomes easier. A long coat in the same tone as your base outfit maintains that vertical flow, enhancing height rather than cutting you off. And finally, a monochromatic look always reads as intentional. It signals quiet confidence, subtle luxury, and a keen sense of proportion, three things that never go out of style. Blazers and coats are often the most underestimated items in a woman's wardrobe, especially for petites. But when chosen carefully, these third-layer pieces can do wonders for your proportions, polish, and overall elegance. They're not just for warmth or formality, they're strategic tools to frame your silhouette and elongate your body without overwhelming it. The secret lies in cut, fit, and length. Many petite women over 60 make the mistake of reaching for oversized, boxy, or long-line coats, hoping they'll cover or balance the figure. Unfortunately, what often happens is the exact opposite. These oversized shapes drown the body, swallowing your height and breaking your silhouette in all the wrong places. The ideal blazer or coat for a petite frame should follow your natural shape, not too tight, but definitely not shapeless. Look for tailored cuts that subtly define the waist, giving your outfit structure and feminine balance. This simple detail lifts your frame and prevents that heavy look that can age or overwhelm your appearance. And let's talk about length. This matters more than many women realize. For blazers, the most flattering length is usually just at the hip bone or slightly below. This creates a clean break that flatters your leg line, especially when paired with high-waisted pants or midi skirts. Avoid anything that falls too far past the hip unless it's part of a monochromatic look. Longer styles can visually cut your frame in half. For coats, the same rule applies. A coat that ends around the mid-thigh or just above the knee will maintain proportion and allow your legs to appear longer. If you prefer a longer coat, say a classic trench or winter wool coat, keep it open when possible. Wearing it unbuttoned over a single color outfit creates a strong vertical line, maintaining the illusion of height. Another styling trick: choose coats and blazers in mid to lightweight fabrics that hold their shape. Think crepe, soft wool, or structured knits with a bit of stretch. These offer enough structure to define your figure without adding bulk. And don't overlook color. Neutral tones like gray, camel, beige, and navy are timeless, versatile, and easy to layer. But if you're feeling bold, a blazer in burgundy, moss green, or deep plum can add personality while still feeling elegant. Finish the look with pointed-toe shoes or ankle boots to complete the line, and you've mastered the art of using outerwear not just as a cover, but as a confident, figure-enhancing statement. There's something undeniably timeless about a well-chosen midi skirt. For petite women over 60, it can be a powerful piece, not just because it's feminine, but because it strikes that ideal balance between style, comfort, and proportion. Let's start with the length. The most flattering midi skirts for petite frames are those that end just below the knee or at mid-calf. never at the widest part of your calf, and never too long that they overwhelm your height. The right length draws the eye downward in a graceful line while still allowing enough leg to show, which helps maintain visual height. But it's not just about where the hem falls. The shape and structure of the skirt matter just as much. A straight-cut midi skirt gives you a clean, uninterrupted vertical line, perfect for elongating your figure. A subtle A-line cut adds movement and softens the hips without adding volume, making it a wonderful option for those who prefer a touch of fluidity. Avoid skirts that are too full or gathered at the waist, as they can visually shorten and widen the lower half of your body. Now let's talk about styling. The key to making a midi skirt work for petite women is all in the top. Pair it with a fitted blouse, a tucked-in shirt, or a lightweight knit that sits close to the body. This helps define the waist and avoids any unnecessary bulk that can throw off the balance of your proportions. Want to take it a step further? Try tops with V-necks, wrap styles, or even mock necks with clean lines. These draw the eye upward and lengthen the neck and torso, enhancing the vertical flow of your outfit. Footwear also plays a starring role. To extend the leg line, opt for pointed-toe shoes, whether they're classic pumps, refined flats, or delicate strappy sandals. On cooler days, ankle boots in a similar color to the skirt or tone-on-tone tights can create a sleek, uninterrupted silhouette. And don't forget fabric and print. When we think about dressing to elongate the body, shoes are often the last thing we consider. But for petite women, the right footwear can completely transform your proportions, especially when chosen with intention. Let's start with one of the most effective yet understated tricks: nude shoes. Wearing shoes that closely match your skin tone helps create an unbroken visual line from your legs to your feet. This means there's no harsh color interruption, just a smooth, continuous look that naturally extends the appearance of your legs. Whether you prefer heels or flats, nude shoes are a must-have in a petite woman's wardrobe. Next, consider the toe shape. While rounded or square toes may be comfortable, they tend to visually cut off the leg. Pointed toe shoes, on the other hand, direct the eye forward and downward, subtly stretching the foot and making the entire silhouette appear longer. This applies to all shoe styles, from pumps to loafers to ballet flats. And no, you don't need high heels to benefit from these effects. Low or mid-heeled shoes with a pointed toe can deliver just as much elongation without compromising comfort. If you prefer flats, look for ones with a slightly tapered front and a sleek finish. These maintain elegance while being easy on your feet. Avoid shoes with heavy straps, bulky soles, or ankle details that visually cut the leg. If you love ankle boots, choose a pair in the same tone as your pants or tights to maintain that vertical flow. Material also plays a role. Smooth leather, suede, or refined textiles keep the look polished and light. Overly chunky designs can distract from the streamlined effect you're aiming for. Ultimately, the best shoes for petite women over 60 are those that blend seamlessly into the outfit, rather than compete with it. Think simplicity, elegance, and continuity. When you get your footwear right, everything else, from pants to skirts to dresses, falls into place. It's a small detail with big impact, and a simple way to step confidently into every room with grace and style. Many petite women shy away from long coats, fearing they'll swallow their frame or make them appear shorter. And that fear isn't unfounded. When styled incorrectly, long outerwear can disrupt the balance of a petite silhouette. But here's the truth. With just a few smart tricks, a long coat can become one of your most elegant wardrobe staples. The key lies in how you wear it and what you pair it with. The most flattering way for petites to wear a long coat is to keep it open. By doing so, you create a vertical line down the center of your body that visually lengthens your frame. It's like drawing the eye up and down in one smooth motion, subtle but incredibly effective. What you wear underneath matters too. For the most elongating effect, choose a top and bottom in the same color family. This creates a seamless column of color inside the coat, reinforcing the vertical illusion. This technique, known as tone sur tone, is particularly powerful in fall and winter when heavier fabrics come into play. Length is also critical. Look for coats that hit at knee length or just below, which offer warmth and drama without overwhelming your stature. If you prefer a maxi coat, balance it out with a slimmer silhouette underneath and pointed toe shoes that extend your line from the ground up. Fabric makes a difference. Choose structured wools, soft blends, or tailored weaves that maintain shape without adding unnecessary bulk. Avoid stiff or overly puffy materials unless they're specifically designed with petite proportions in mind. Color-wise, you can never go wrong with neutrals like camel, charcoal, navy, or ivory. But don't shy away from deeper tones. Burgundy, forest green, or deep plum can add rich elegance, especially when styled tonally. A well-chosen long coat adds polish, warmth, and a quiet sophistication to any outfit. And when worn with intention, it enhances your presence, not your size. Petite women don't need to avoid long coats. They simply need to wear them brilliantly. As we wrap up, I hope this has been more than just a guide to clothing. It's been a gentle reminder that style is not about age, height, or size. It's about intention. For petite women over 60, the fashion world hasn't always catered to your unique proportions. Too often, clothing is made with someone taller in mind. Long inseams, oversized cuts, pieces that swallow your frame instead of celebrating it. But here's the truth. You don't need to be taller to look taller. You just need to dress with proportion, balance, and purpose. Whether it's the way a high waist creates an instant leg lengthening effect or how a long coat left open forms a graceful vertical line, these aren't just tricks, they're tools. Tools that help you step into every room feeling elevated, polished, and in control of your presence. What you wear should never diminish you, it should reflect you. And at this stage of life, you've earned the right to feel comfortable and powerful in your own skin. You don't have to follow trends. You don't have to wear loud colors to be noticed. You don't need to compromise comfort for elegance. You simply need to know what works for your body and lean into it with confidence. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 7 pieces do you already love? Which one are you now seeing in a new light? And what might you experiment with in the coming season? If you found this video helpful, consider sharing it with a woman you care about, someone petite, seasoned, and full of life, just like you. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. There's so much more to explore, because style over 60 isn't the end of something. It's the beginning of dressing for who you really are. Remember, true elegance isn't about being noticed. It's about being remembered for your grace, your wisdom, and the way you carry yourself. And that, my dear, is a beauty that never fades.